a few things this morning. Obviously, the main one first being is we do have FOMC. Okay, so interest rates for the Canadian dollar as well as the United States dollar later on today, 8 p.m. South African time. So that would be 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Eastern. So obviously, markets will definitely be waiting for that to come out. We're trading higher on NQ. Yesterday was quite a ripper of a day on NQ. If we just bring up the opening range from yesterday, we looked like we wanted to come lower here and then hold above previous day's highs, which is that white dotted line. And we're now moving, about 175 points higher. I managed to get a little bit of a short on YM, which we ended up actually coming down later on in the trading day as well. Some big swings here this morning on YM as well in the London session. But yeah, end up getting some shorts from here down to the lows, which I put in the chat. And then, but yeah, this morning, as mentioned, the big one is going to be that FOMC that will come out later on. ES as well, we are trading at all-time highs, so it will be very, very interesting to see what we do get. We still got that gap. If we come over here to the daily time frame, we still got that gap from the changeover week, which is at the moment sitting up 1.6% on ES, and NQ is also sitting up. NQ is also sitting up quite a big chunk, over 2%, 3%. From that gap as well. So obviously it's going to be very, very interesting to see what stocks do on this, on the reaction of news. In terms of some Edgeful reports, something that is quite interesting is let's just go to the opening week range report. This is something that I was mentioning on stream yesterday. We can use ES, but basically after Monday and Tuesday sets the high and low, we can see that it only breaks both sides. So essentially what this report tells us, and this is something you can use often Monday and Tuesday, obviously set. Once we set the high and low from Monday and Tuesday, you can see that only 38% of the time, so over 60% of the time, we hold one side. So 38% of the time we break both sides. But other than that, 62% of the time, we actually one side will hold after Monday and Tuesday. So you can look to trade in that direction of trend, right? That's quite an interesting report. We can go over to, for example, we can go to NQ on this as well. Let's just make sure we mute the guys. Just make sure you mute it in the live chat there, guys, if you're on the Discord. Let's go to the daily time frame on this. I prefer using the daily, just the overnight session as well. We can also see very, very similar on NQ as well. NVIDIA on this, 37%. So very, very, low in terms of breaking both sides. Let's go to some of the stocks that we do have in play as well. NVIDIA is actually trading up overnight, 3.4%. So stocks are ripping here heading into FOMC, and we've got to just keep that in mind when looking for trades heading into the New York session. Any questions in the live chat right now on the Discord, you can put them over there. If you've got any questions or so. But I'm getting a lot of questions on this particular topic in terms of requesting reports, anything like that. Bottom right-hand section here on the Edgeful website, you can request reports right in here in messages. You can request reports over here. Okay, build custom report, feature request, anything like that. It is in the bottom right-hand section. So that is where you can get all of those reports that side. Okay. Yeah, any questions? Yeah, in the chat as well. Cool. If there's no questions, yeah, we will continue. We'll continue going. Yeah, we do have some earnings as well this week. Let's just go over here. Let's go to products. I always get this over here. Let's go to calendars, earnings calendars. Okay. You just bring this up. Yeah, when was it? I think it was tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow we have Apple and Amazon reporting. So keep that in mind too. Quite big in terms of if you're trading indexes, we have quite big earnings as well as FOMC coming out. So please bear that in mind when looking to find trades. Good morning. How would you use the FOMC report today? Yeah, that's a good question. So on Edgeful, that is an FOMC report, and we can go here. Let's just go down to, let's go on NQ. We can go to, let's go to, all reports. Okay. FOMC report, economic data volume should be down here. I typically don't use this. How I approach FOMC days is I'll keep it a lot more smaller size, more tight, and then wait for FOMC to actually be released. You can see over here that the volume actually comes on the FOMC probably after the news release and then picks up afterwards. You can see in the last two FOMC news days in July and September, we've had the FOMC day, which is the blue one, and look at the volume afterwards. So you're more likely going to get better trades after the FOMC news release and then into the next day. That's how I would approach it and how I always do approach it. I think last FOMC in September, I managed to catch some nice shorts on NQ after the news release. So keep it small, keep it tidy before the news, and then after the news is released, that's when you can maybe start to look for some positions, let things shake out and take it from there. I'll be in the H4 Discord the rest of the day as usual, and then in my live stream as always. And then I'll be on here tomorrow for pre-market prep too. So that's my focus for today. I hope that you guys have a good trading day, and we'll see you on the rest of the session. Cheers, guys.